And we are back, and we just finished watching 2025 Sinners, playing in a theater near you. This is rated R with a runtime of 2 hours and 17 minutes, according to IMDb's little blurb. Trying to leave their troubled lives behind, twin brothers return to their hometown to start again, only to discover that an even greater evil is waiting to welcome them back. This is tagged as period drama, supernatural horror, action drama horror, and I don't want to give away the last one because I don't want to give away too much about the story. This is just in the theaters recently. This is from writer-director Ryan Coogler, and from everything I've read, is doing incredibly well at the cinema. And when we went to see this, our theater was packed with even small children.
Yes. Yeah, I don't know why they were there, first of all.
I don't understand that either.
That was probably like the most packed theater I've seen in years.
Yeah, that was... It's funny, when we came into the theater, I was like, am I in the wrong place? For a minute there, I was like, did we come into the wrong theater? Because there's just way too many people in here. I'm so used to that theater being
I was used
empty.
To that theater, yeah. I remember when we saw like Companion, or maybe it was Mickey 17. It was like empty.
It was us and like three other
Mickey
people.
Mickey 17, we were like one of like 5 people there, 2 of 5 people there.
Yeah.
And then as soon as there was so many people.
There was not a seat to be had at that theater.
No.
Yeah.
Our whole row, I thought people were sitting in our seats.
I did too for a minute. I was like, wait a minute. Yeah. And then I was like, oh yeah, I think we're sitting over there. So.
Well, it's only been out like 2 weeks, right?
I think this is like the second weekend. Yeah.
Okay.
I also think so.
Yeah.
Still,
I was really shocked. And it was
after
a
a week
show.
Yeah. After a week, usually things die down pretty quick.
Well, you read something interesting. Do you want to share it with the group?
I heard that the drop in like watchers or viewers after opening weekend usually decreases by like, I don't know, like 50%. And this movie, Sinners, had a drop of 27%. So
there
people
is still interest.
That's
watching
impressive.
this movie. And I've seen people say like, oh, this is my second time watching. This is my third time watching. I thought I saw someone say, oh, I'm going for my 5th Sinners watching.
I mean, I could see it. This is a tight script. It is superb acting.
Really good.
And everything comes together nicely here. The cinematography, the set pieces, the costuming, the story. The story is the MVP here. The story is the MVP. And it is done superbly by one of our better, younger directors, Mr. Ryan Coogler. I am proud of him, although does he need my pride? No, but I'm proud of him as a parent. And yeah, continued success. This was impressive. I mean, from where this story starts to where it ends is quite the journey. I mean, I knew going into it, if you watch the trailer, you kind of have your suspicions of what's going on. But the way the story unfurls here is really impressive. Everyone is given a moment to shine. You have stakes in this story.
Yeah, the thing that was nice about it is that you're given a chance to get to know the characters before the conflict sets in. And there's like little sub-conflicts going on. If you went in completely blind, you may think it's going to be, maybe it's about like racism. Maybe it's about interracial romance. Maybe it's about loss. Yes. Maybe it's about just gangsters and speakeasies or whatever was going on at that particular point in time. But I mean, obviously the commercials give it away. It's a horror movie.
It's a horror movie. Yes.
And watching it, I would say you're front loaded with a lot of setup, and it's not unwanted. It never drags. You get to know these characters. All the characters have their charms. Michael B. Jordan is great.
So good.
I said before, Ryan Coogler clearly loves this guy because he cast him twice in a movie. Yeah. in the same movie.
Yes.
And he does a great job. He plays the Smokestack twins, and he gives them each enough little nuances that they each have their own personalities while being very similar.
But again, very different.
Very similar, but very different. One's a bit more of a charmer. One's a bit more earnest. But still, they're both like tough, hardened guys who have seen a lot, have experienced a lot, left their little tiny podunk town, explored the world. They were in World War I, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
fought in that, came back, worked for Al Capone, lived in Chicago for a while, got disenchanted there and wanted to come back and bring
some money by however means they made their money.
Yeah, made some money and established like a business in where they grew up.
Mississippi.
Yeah, so I would say that was like the first like half hour, 45 minutes of the movie.
Sure.
And usually you don't get a lot of time dedicated to that sort of thing, especially in a horror film. In a horror film, it's just... It's like, oh, hey, let's go to the cabin and have sex.
Yes.
And
then it all
suddenly everybody's being just torn to pieces and murdered and the usual.
Yeah.
This, you got a chance to get to know these characters, even the minor characters, like the piano player, cousin Sam. What was his name?
Sammy.
Even the love interest for Sammy, you got a bit of more of her backstory. Haley's Stanfield's character,
Mary,
the grocers, the Asian couple,
Bo and Grace. Let's not talk about it.
You get to know, but that's the thing that's important, that you get to know these characters, you get to see their personalities, and like you said, by the time stuff starts going crazy, there are stakes to the point where you care.
Yeah,
you care about all these characters, and it works.
Yeah. Gee, what did you think?
I really liked the film. I had a really good time watching it. It's 2 hours, and I was interested from the very beginning. It began the beginning, you see a character that I wasn't expecting. I thought the movie was just going to start off with, like, immediately Michael Jordan buying the place. I mean, you see them at in the trailer. Right. I thought that was a scene that was going to start the movie off, but no, you see a different character, and then you get introduced to Michael B. Jordan.
Yes.
And even then, I was like, I wasn't disappointed or anything. Like, oh, this isn't starting how I wanted it to. I was interested.
Yeah.
And I got I like the beginning as well. The character you're introduced to first is Sammy.
Yes.
And I really liked Sammy's character.
I did too.
I really like, that actor is good.
He's new, I believe.
He's really new. He's Miles Catton, I want to say.
Caton, yeah, because I think in the beginning they said introducing, right?
He was really good.
He was really good. And I wonder if that was him singing. I don't know.
Yeah, he had a great voice. If it was him.
Yeah. I don't know that it was, but if it was, then if this acting thing doesn't work out, he could certainly sing the blues. Yeah. My only complaint about the movie was that there was an egregious amount of trailers prior to the film.
That was not the fault of the movie.
I have no complaints about this movie. Yeah. And that there were children under the age of 8 at this theater.
Parents need to show a bit more discretion as far as who they bring to the theater. This is not
for
like
we're under 8.
I mean, we're guilty of showing our kids stuff that most parents would probably be like, nah, you probably shouldn't. But we don't really bring them to the theater to see it. And also,
you guys would never take us to see a horror movie.
Those kids were really young.
Those kids were really young. And I don't think that I think we watched things that were a little bit more adult when they were younger, but not horror. Like I think that's where we drew the line. We never took them to like horror stuff. And even the Final Destination trailer, like I actually had to look away. I was I
didn't want to see that.
I thought that was just hilarious. Hilarious in a
stupid.
Yes, hilarious this is incredibly stupid.
It was, but 8-year-old actually that kid was younger. I think that kid might have been like 5 or 6.
That kid was tiny.
And the sibling was even tinier.
Yeah.
I was like, what in the hell is going on here?
Yeah, and the trailers were like they were more disturbing than the movie. Yeah.
The first 2 trailers we saw were for 28 years later.
Yes.
And the horror movie Bring Her Back. I had to look down for the entire Bring Her Back trailer because I was so freaked out.
Yes. I don't know what's going on there, but I'm ready for that film. I love those guys.
Watch that.
All right, you don't have to.
Yeah, I will not.
I'll watch that with you.
Yeah, I'll be there.
We love Talk to Me.
Yeah.
We love Talk to Me. But
back to this. Yeah, let's focus here.
I don't want to give too much of it away because I think that this is definitely a film that you should go into blindly to really, really enjoy. I don't think it's giving it away. If you've seen the trailer, you kind of have an idea of what's going on here. This is a horror film. And as a lover of the horror genre, I am pleased as punch that this movie is doing well. I adore Ryan Coogler. I think he is one of our better, younger directors in America, and it's always a treat and it's a privilege to see one of his films. I think he is a master storyteller, and he does both here. He does the writing of the script and the directing, so his fingerprints are on everything here. And I think that his crew that handle the cinematography and the art direction and the editing and even the music and sound to this film and the costuming, I think that all comes together really, really well, really magnificently. I am completely lost in this story. And to your point, am so invested in the lives of all of these characters because it's like, I want everyone to be okay. And maybe that's not what happens, but I also want to give a shout out to that ending because I didn't see that ending coming, but I was hella okay with it. It did not end the way I thought it was going to end, but it was really nice, and I really, really enjoyed that ending.
Yeah.
Do we want to say anything without spoiling the film? Does anybody want to add anything without spoiling the film?
Just that it's really good.
Just that it's really good.
I mean, I think I laid it all out. The thing that really makes this film work is that he took his time in introducing these characters, and it's not a small cast. There's a decent amount of characters there, and even the introduction of the villain and the explanation of how the villain operates. I liked it. I liked everything about it. Whoever that actor was,
Jack
he
O'Connell.
did. What's his name?
Jack O'Connell.
Jack O'Connell.
That Saoirse Ronan's husband?
I have no idea who's married to anybody, so you're asking the wrong guy. But he did a phenomenal job.
He did a really great job.
He was creepy.
As fuck.
He was friendly. He was like you could see him like charming his way into somebody's house.
Yeah.
And also, I mean, we didn't even like touch upon the music. The music in this is great.
Great. The blues. Yeah.
You got the blues. You had that crazy like fusion thing going on. Then you had the like Irish sort of like leg dancing music.
Yes. Yes.
Crazy leg dancing music.
Yeah. The kind of Irish.
And it was all good. And just like the way everybody was in harmony with one another. It was like music was really almost, it was an important part of the story.
Yes.
And in fact, that was sort of like one of the like catalysts for why the horror element enters the film. And it's so strange to have that be part of it. And it's sort of, it's kind of like influenced by a lot of other stuff or beliefs where it's sort of like, oh, music is like the language of the universe and the language of creation and stuff like that. And I mean, if you really like look, there's a lot of stories that use that sort of story element.
Sure.
I mean, even like Lord of the Rings, and just even a lot of stories where it's just like Judeo-Christian sort of creation stories.
Yeah.
Really, really well defined. I loved everything about that.
Yeah.
I said, like you said, I don't want to spoil anything, but you'll be in for a treat.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I love that Ryan Coogler took his time. I think before this, maybe Wakanda Forever was the last thing he had done. So It's been a while, but I think it was worth the wait. And I think to your point, I love the elements of folklore that are thrown into this. Like even in the beginning when the Annie character's doing the kind of exposition, but kind of not. It's like the
thing is she gives, that's another thing, that the exposition that's given is like, this is it. Yeah. Okay, let's move on.
Right.
It's not like, oh, we're going to sit around and some guy's going to explain everything to us.
No.
It was,
you get
I've heard about this and this is what it is. And then it's just like, we're watching it happen. Yeah. That you are correct. That's what it is.
Yeah. Just an amazing cast. I mean, everybody is good, but hats off to Michael B. Jordan, who is just the MVP.
Yeah.
And I think he is the Leonardo DiCaprio to Coogler's Martin Scorsese at this point. I feel like they do a lot of stuff together, and it's really nice to see that relationship and that even that professional relationship.
They work well together.
They really do. Whether it's
those
Fruitvale
guys are in
Station,
sync.
Creed, Black Panther, and now this. Just really, really well done. And I think there's a reason why certain actors love working with certain directors. And I can imagine that Ryan is just, I mean, I love his storytelling. I love his storytelling. You were there. I saw the trailer for Creed, and that made me cry. Right?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember looking at you going, what is going on? It's a trailer for a boxing movie. You're
It
crying.
made me cry. It made me cry. I'm not gonna lie. And even like Black Panther, his character was so great. Mm-hmm. It was so great. But here, as the twins, that was. I actually had a chuckle. I'm like, who names their kids Smoke and Stack?
That wasn't their real names, though.
Oh, was it? No, it
Are
wasn't.
you kidding me?
It wasn't.
They
You're
said
right.
They were like Elijah Moore.
Elijah
I
and-
think Smoke was Elijah.
Was the other one Eugene or something?
I do not
don't
remember
remember.
any Eugene. I think that they're both.
I did
E
hear
names,
Elijah.
Though. I did. I think Annie calls him Elijah.
Yeah.
Especially at the end.
Yeah.
Like, you thought their names were really Smoke and Stack.
Listen, there's somebody named Cornbread in this film, and I was like,
I
you know
doubt
what?
that was his real name
I'm
either.
sure it wasn't, but I'm
Just
sure it
call
was the
him
name that stuck because
You probably like cornbread.
he probably liked cornbread.
It's not
And the
what's not to
drunk was
like?
called Slim.
Delta Slim,
Delta Slim, yeah.
played by the always lovely Delroy Lindo, who's always in something.
He was good. I liked
was
his
great.
character.
I loved Haley Steinfeld
She was great.
as Mary.
She was good.
She was better than good.
She was
Let's
good.
be honest.
No, I don't have any complaints about her acting. I just don't like that she basically brought everything on everybody.
Fair.
Why? I would not. I don't know. I would not have done what she was doing.
It wasn't her fault.
Whose fault was it then? It was Sammy's fault.
It was, basically
Remick
Sammy's
wanted
fault for just
Sammy.
being so damn talented.
Yeah.
He said, I mean, he basically says it was like a beacon. It was
Yeah.
like a light. So, and that's the whole story.
Yeah. Shout out to Bo
Can't
and
blame
Grace, Lee Jun Lee and Yao, and also Jack O'Connell as the reprehensible Remick, and Miles Caton as Sammy Moore. Hopefully, we get to see that young man in a lot of other things too.
I hope so.
He was great.
Really
He was
fantastic.
really great. There's something about his face that was fantastic.
And his voice, too.
His voice, his eyes.
yeah.
He was expressive.
He's very expressive. Yeah. I don't want to give the ending away, but we could take the conversation offline. But you know what? I'm just going to go and get numbers now because this is a movie that absolutely should not be spoiled. Go into it blindly. You will not regret it. This is like one of the new better films in this genre. I'm not going to say what genre it is because maybe you don't get that from the trailer, but I just want to keep that under wraps for now. But I kind of want to give this film a 10.
I was gonna give this a 10.
I kind of want to give this film a 10, but I also was thinking maybe a 9.5. But
I don't have any complaints about.
I mean, I
anything
don't
in
know
this
what
film.
could have made this better.
The color of the blood.
That's not a big enough.
That's not a big enough detriment to the film.
to knock off any
It,
sort of.
it,
point
it
for
distracted
me. I would
me.
give it a
It
10.
distracted me a little.
Maybe you're wrong. You're colorblind. What would you
I
know?
am colorblind, but
What would you know?
the color of the blood was a bit of an odd choice, and there were times when I was just like, "Is that blood or is that some sort of like secretion
sauce.
or something?"
It looked like hot sauce.
Yeah, it was very bright. So that's like a very minor thing.
All right, I'm going to give this a 9.5. What say you?
I would give it a 9.
What are you-
I enjoyed
what are you
it
gonna
a
say?
lot.
I'm still gonna give it a 10.
I should give it a 10.
There's no perfect movie.
What could
I
have
don't
possibly
care.
have made this film better?
Darker blood.
If the film had darker blood, you still wouldn't give it a 10.
I still would,
Exactly,
but
G.
maybe I would have given it a 9.5 or something like that.
I'm still giving it a 10. I don't really care about the blood. I enjoyed this film so much.
Do I want to change mine to a 10?
You could do
Follower.
whatever you want.
What?
Follower.
I honestly don't know what could have made this better. I mean, the story is tight. The acting across the board was fantastic and believable. There wasn't a bad performance. I loved all the folklore, all the elements in this film. I love that the filmmaker took his time and really fleshed out the story. Nothing felt hurried. Nothing felt extra. Everything was in service to the larger story, and it all came together beautifully. Like the locations, the cinematography, the editing, the sound, the music, the performances, the costuming. Everything about this production was just chef's kiss. I don't know what could have made this better.
All right. So what's your final score?
And it is horror. And this particular telling of this type of storytelling is just really, really, really strong. There are elements of this story in the genre that kind of fit, but there were some elements that were a little different than the usual storytelling of this particular genre. And I just love that it was in like 1930s Mississippi in a black town with these characters. Smoke and Stack were just marvelous, just amazing. And I don't know what could have made it better. You know what? I'm going to change my number to 10. Yeah. I don't know what could have made this better. Yeah.
All right. I'm not going to argue with you.
All right. 2 10s. And what'd you say?
9.
A 9. Yeah, absolutely. It is playing in a theater near you. Shout out to the AMC on 34th Street. I was a little too people-y for me there, but I still enjoyed my experience, although maybe less trailers in the beginning. There had to be a half an hour trailers.
I would think more.
It was like 20 minutes, honestly. I looked at my phone, and it was like 10:22 by the time the last trailer was on.
Really? It felt like a half an hour.
I felt like I was sitting there for an hour.
They always feel longer than they are, but AMC always has too many trailers.
Fair, and then you had the
Nicole
housekeeping,
Kidman.
Nicole Kidman.
Messaging.
Does she have like a stake in that company? Because I feel like,
I don't know, but she must have made some money filming that thing for them because they play it before every single movie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she's laughing all the way to the bank. Yeah.
Yeah. She probably gets a cut every
single time they put on a movie. It doesn't begin until Nicole Kidman tells everybody to shut up and watch the movie.
And enjoy the magic.
Or
whatever she says.
AMC is not that good.
Yeah, it's just okay. I actually like the Epic better.
The Epic is a billion times better.
Yeah. But I mean, the AMC on 34th Street is like the next best thing.
It is. It's way better than the 43rd Street one.
Or 42nd Street. Yeah.
42nd. Dude, that theater is disgusting.
Gross.
Even in the theater that we got put up in for this one, it was different than the one we were in, like, let's say Mickey 17. Because in that one, there was, like, the reclining seats.
Yeah.
In this one, every seat was, like, firm. Like, you couldn't adjust it at all.
Yeah.
And there was a little table in front of you that swings out. That table kind of annoys me, though, so I didn't miss it.
Oh, no?
No.
I was like, where's the table? Because I wanted to put stuff down. And I was like, oh, okay. So, but parents, find babysitters. Don't be cheap.
Well, you know what? In fairness, the kids didn't scream.
Yes, those
true.
kids were really well behaved.
They were quiet, and I think at one point I looked over and I swear that kid was sleeping on his mom's lap.
Aw, how? That was loud.
That was a loud movie.
That was a loud movie.
Yeah.
I mean, Olivia fell asleep at that Katy Perry concert.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're tired enough, you could probably fall asleep anywhere.
You know what? You've never lied, G. You have never lied. That's true.
So,
but yeah, parents, leave your kids at home. Try to be a little bit responsible here, and less trailers. I'm just saying.
Okay.
That'll never happen.
Yeah. All right, 10, 10, 9. Check it out. It's playing right now from writer-director Ryan Coogler. It is Sinners.
If you don't watch, you're missing out.
You really are. I mean, even Pedro Pascal said on social media to go
Tyler, the creator, said that this movie was fire.
Exactly. And he wasn't wrong. He was not wrong.
Not wrong at all.
2 hours and 17 minutes. Didn't feel like it. It flew by, and it's a good investment of time for just top tier storytelling. Rated R. This is not for children.
Nope.
And yeah, that's it from us, and we will bid you all a
good night.
Good night.
Good night.